Hello, and welcome to the Vale Music Industry Conference podcast, and brought to you by the Vale Music Group. And I am here with Robert Case, president of the New Pants Publishing Incorporation, Old Pants Publishing Corporation, and New Pants Music. And you have been in the music industry for 25 years now?
Yep, that's correct.
Oh, that's amazing. So what got you into the publishing field of the music industry?
Well, I grew up just like every other American kid, and I loved records, and I wanted to learn how to produce records, and so I started buying records in record stores and 45s and LPs, and I was sitting in my house, in my parents' house at age 18, just graduated high school, and saw a Rolling Stone advertisement, learn the music business. So I went to music school in Colorado and learned the industry just
Cool.
like all the students here.
Oh, that's so cool. You didn't have this technology back then, though.
No. Back then, you recorded on 2-inch tape. Digital had just started coming out into the marketplace. You didn't have email, you didn't have Twitter, you didn't have Facebook, any of the social media groups. So it was definitely a different industry when I got into it.
So going with the digital, how do you feel about the digital revolution happening right now?
I think it's a good thing for the industry. I think it's a tool for the industry, but I don't think it's the only way to market music. And I think there are some things that young people that are in that technical world, like yourself and the students here at the college, could embrace it and elevate it to another level, meaning it could go to other ways of marketing, distribution, just ways of getting the message out, where back when I learned it, you would have a staff of maybe 50 or 60 people around the country to promote music, and nowadays you have all of these different services that you can get your message out there almost instantly after you do a interview or have a photograph put out on the net. So it has changed, but I think it's just a tool. It's not the only thing to get discovered or to get music out there, and I think that's one thing the younger people need to understand. Use it as a tool, but use it just as a marketing tool.
And with that, like, is it easier to, like, even though like they're using this technology to get out there, is it easier for them to keep their music to themselves then, or should they have it with a publisher through digital?
Well, technically, if let's say you were a songwriter, Carrie, and and you had your own music, you could actually be your own publisher. And what I would suggest, if somebody wants to go that route, before they even throw it out on the net, is get everything copywritten. Number one, before you do anything. I think that's the biggest mistake of this business, because in the last 10 to 15 years, it's a $6 billion industry that has copyright infringements and piracy and stuff like that. Recently, Katy Perry did a record. She was in the studio and she was sitting in her hotel room, and somebody across the way from her took her files from her computer and got the files out onto the net. And all of a sudden, before the record was even released. And so, that's the technology that we're dealing with. You want to be able to protect yourself, file your copyrights if you're an independent artist. You can do that relatively inexpensively. Get them registered with the PRO. That's a lot easier now. But that would be my number one advice to any creative songwriter or artist, is do that first before putting that out there and saying, hey, it went viral.
Yeah. A lot of things are going viral, and you want to have those protected and not
Yeah.
taken away.
And not give it away for free. That's the term that we've been talking about at this conference is make sure that your music has value and that you're trying to market it and make some money, hopefully.
Trying to have that right sound for the people out there.
Right.
Okay.
So
what do you see, like, since we're talking about digital, what do you see that it's improving in the music industry?
Improving, like I said earlier, getting the message out there a little bit easier, interacting with people. I'll use another social media example. LinkedIn is a professional business service that I really try to recommend a lot of people get into that are young people. I have been able to make deals with other companies because have a presence on that website. 6-7 years ago, it was MySpace, and MySpace was the service. And nowadays, MySpace is worth maybe $10 million, whereas 7-8 years ago it was $100 million. So you want to have your presence out there, and relationships. We talked about it earlier today in our panel. Getting to meet people, getting to know people, getting to find out what they're doing, and that's where social media Facebook's, who would have ever thought Facebook, and now Twitter, but they're gonna have their time, and then it'll be something else. And I always try to tell artists or business people is don't get married to one service or one opportunity, because you need to keep your options open to a lot of different things with digital.
I agree with that. Having having different services open, such as Twitter and Facebook, you get to know more people.
Right.
And when we were talking about in the panel with the relationships, I started building that with Sherry, and now I'm building it with you.
Yeah.
I feel like the relationships are really huge in the music industry.
Because it's a small industry. It really is a small industry. I was talking with you early this afternoon. When I went to college, we had 90 students start the music and video business program. We had 21 graduate. 3 are still in the business, and I'm one of the 3. Now, it's a survivor business. You have to be in it to survive. If you have to do other things, volunteer, have a day job, that's okay. Don't be embarrassed by it, but have your goal of, hey, this is what I want to do with my life.